On May 17th, 2015, I caught a flight bound for the other side of the world with several suitcases and a piece of advice. Bali gives you what you need. Although I did not know what it was that I needed at the time, I can now say in retrospect that no truer words have been spoken. For my Burch Fellowship, I traveled to Bali, Indonesia to study the performative customs, specifically ceremonies and healer-patient interactions, of traditional medicine and spiritual healing, with a concentration on the connections between medicine, music, and dance in Bali. Having been exposed to the ins and outs of a Western healthcare system, I wanted to anthropologically explore and qualitatively understand the medical practices of a region of the world known for integrating ancient practices of spiritual healing with healthcare. Originally planning to spend time in 5 different locations on the island, I quickly realized that my first destination, the town of Ubud, Bali's art and culture hub, was teeming with opportunities for my research, so I made my home here for the majority of my trip. To delve deeper into an even more authentic experience of Bali, I spent the last 2 weeks of my journey in Lavina, a beach town on the northern coast, and Ahmed, a small fishing village on the eastern coast. Over the course of my fellowship experience, I conducted formal and informal interviews with traditional Balinese healers, gamelan musicians and dancers, mask makers, the founders and administrators of various organizations, yogis, and a spa owner. With such a wide variety of interviews, I wanted to figure out what connected the cultural aspects of Balinese society, specifically gamelan music and dance, masks and yoga, with Balinese practices of traditional medicine and spiritual healing. I was also interested in taking a look at the westernized healthcare system in Bali and determining whether or not this practice of medicine has integrated with the ancient traditions. Along with conducting interviews, I attended religious ceremonies, paid homage to my Hindu faith by visiting 11 puras or temples, watched a traditional Balinese music and dance performance, and learned one myself. Through deep immersion in Balinese culture and society, I was largely successful in accomplishing everything I intended to do and to learn. From the moment I got out of the taxi upon arrival to my homestay in Ubud, daily prayers and kenang saris, handmade Balinese Hindu offerings of different colored flowers in small palm leaf baskets, welcomed me to Bali. As it became clear to me over the next 2 months, the daily prayers and kenang saris represent the thread that connects all aspects of Balinese society together: religion. The Balinese form of Hinduism emphasizes the significance of harmony with oneself, others, and the environment in both physical and spiritual healing. Methods of Balinese healing are holistic and include meditation, yoga, massage, and acupuncture, in addition to gamelan music and dance. Importantly, the Balinese visit a traditional healer or medicine man for ailments of the plasma body or spiritual body, and they visit a doctor for ailments of the physical body. As it so happens, I was able to experience both forms of healing firsthand. My many visits to Balinese healers were all distinct from one another, but comparable in that each healer emphasized their main role as teaching others to heal themselves. As a result of contracting a bad case of Bali belly 3 weeks into my trip, I paid several visits to the doctor at the local medical clinic and was able to get a glimpse into Bali's Western healthcare system. With each unpredictable obstacle I faced during my journey, I found myself eventually saying terima kasih, or Bahasa Indonesian for thank you. The breathtaking views of the orange ombre sunset at Gili Trawangan Island and the peak of Mount Batur were more soul-strengthening and more powerful than the heat or any stomach bug could ever be. The patient and warm-hearted nature of the local Balinese people made it possible for me to communicate and overcome verbal gymnastics through an expression as simple as a smile. Above all else, each and every one of the beautiful souls I was fortunate enough to cross paths with became members of my family in a place I slowly felt becoming more and more a home. It is to the island of Bali that I say terima kasih for figuring out exactly what I needed. Bali gave my mind a sense of clarity, nourished my heart and soul, and expanded my perspective of people and places of the world. Terima kasih to Bali and to the Burch Fellowship for the greatest adventure of my life.